Three, two, one, and let's go. Hello, my name is Bryce Tubbs. Here with me today is my client, JT Pels. And JT has been going through a really interesting transformation, and I really wanted to share it with you today. So, JT, can you please introduce yourself and just give us a little bit about your background and your business?
Yeah, definitely. I'm JT. Been a CPA for about 4 or 5 years now. Now starting to venture out on my own. My business is I help or provide accounting and CFO services to nonprofit clients, and kind of been doing that on my own for about the past 4 to 6 months. So
Mhm.
starting to build up that practice now.
Yeah, and can we just go back to the beginning? So, kind of like, what were some of the challenges that you were facing before we started working together, and kind of what was the frustrations you were facing?
Definitely the challenges was knowing where to find the high ticket clients and knowing how to attract them. Before I had been mostly using Upwork, which I always say is a race to the bottom. So, and yeah, now I'm starting to attract a little bit higher ticket clients.
Mm-hmm. And then let me ask you this question. So, like, what do you think has been the main key so far for you being able to both increase your price and being able to, learn how to negotiate a little bit better?
Sorry, could you say it again?
I said, what do you think has been like the key for you to start increasing your price and learning how to get people to say yes while you're on the call with them?
Sorry, one more time. It went in and out.
I was saying, so nowadays you've increased your price pretty dramatically, almost by three times.
Hmm.
What do you think has been the key for getting people to say yes more easily?
I think the biggest key is just a lot of it was me just kind of having the confidence to say this is what I charge, and not just kind of more presenting myself better and just saying it. And I have not really felt any pushback from people. In fact, I've got a list of about 4 or 5 people that say, the price isn't in our budget right now, but we think in the next 2 to 3 months we're going to be able to piece it together. And one of them did become a client. A month later, we just kind of stayed in touch. I have a checklist to check with them every few weeks or so.
Mhm.
So even that, like even when I did present a higher price, nobody really backed down and said, "Oh, that's not worth it." They just said, "Oh, I'd love to work with you. I just not right now." So it's kind of just been like presenting it. I think has been the biggest thing, and just kind of having confidence in yourself.
And then can you also talk a little bit about um, not just, I think you've come a long way, but I think there's also some things that we're still taking for granted, like your sales skills, being calm when people say no. Can you talk a little bit about how we're developing that and how we've been practicing together with that?
Sorry, could you repeat that again?
I was saying, I think that I don't know if you fully became aware of how much your sales skills have improved since we started working together. Can maybe talk about how the importance of practice and silence on your calls has really helped you?
100%. You've really helped me with that, like saying, slow down, because I've had a tendency to like to jump in or think, okay, they're getting ready to stop, and then I'm going to pounce. But I've really kind of slowed down, let them tell me what their problem is, and not be afraid of that kind of pause or that silence.
Mhm.
So that's definitely really helped. It's actually helped me kind of collect my thoughts too. And then we've done a lot of the mock interviews has also really helped. You've thrown me some curveballs and on purpose too, and just to so that's actually really helped because I've gotten a few curveballs when I'm on real sales, but it's never really been an issue. I've kind of said, okay, I know how to handle this, and even if not, we'll come back later and say, I got this. What do how do you kind of answer this, or how do you go about this? So the practice has definitely, I think, been one of the bigger things. Just getting more reps.
Does it also feel a lot better now? Because there's been some calls that we've like watched back where you were with the prospect and they just started saying, I really need to work with you, no matter what the price was.
Yeah, there's one. Yeah, that's happened a few times. Yeah, and definitely recording them has helped. I've watched them back. I've watched all the interviews I've recorded. I have watched back at least once, if not more. Some kind of get a little long, so I fast forward some parts. But yeah, definitely. Kind of of how to find clients is that it seems like going about it, working with you and helping that way. you find people that want to work with you. Whereas like when I was doing it like Upwork, it's like I'm applying with 50 other people, and the only way to differentiate myself is to just keep dropping price, because there's 50 people behind you or in front of you, depending on the way you look at it. But being a little bit more proactive in marketing, using social media to help, you find that people's a lot.
Mhm. Let me ask you this question. So like when we were on, the call just talking about working together, you didn't have any hesitation. Can you maybe talk about why you decided to like, make the jump so easily and so quickly?
Yeah, I actually felt instant connection, right away. And the one thing that I did like, and I think I mentioned this to you just a while ago, was you said, we're going to do things a little differently. And that kind of caught my eye, because like I didn't want like a boilerplate program or something like that, to where it's like, oh, just copy what I do, because I've done those before. And I'm like, man, something is missing. I don't know what it is, but something's missing. And then working with you customized it, and we did things a little different. There's more being more proactive and reaching out to people and kind of marketing yourself better. And I think that's really helped. So that's kind of why I jumped on board right away. I didn't, like you kind of said, like I was looking for somebody to work with, because I didn't want to like bang my head and just like, well, I hope I get lucky and luck into something.
Mhm. Would you recommend that other people work with me?
100%. Yeah, I would say if you're looking to build your practice or get better at marketing, 100%. I'd do it 10 times out of 10.
Excellent. Like, why should someone like who's listening just take action right now?
Um, I would say the biggest thing to take action is that you could probably find all this stuff online for free, but it would take you years, maybe months if you're really diligent. But like, there's just so much information out there. But when you work with somebody who knows what they're doing, it cuts the learning curve in quarters, in half, whatever number you want to use. It's so much better to have somebody that's comes from, you're a CPA.
Mhm.
You've done this before. You know exactly what it takes. So you've built your own practice. So it's like, why would I not listen to Bryce? But it'd be stupid. I would, so I think it helps you, and you have somebody that's gone through it with you and has done it himself. So it's a no-brainer to me.
Excellent. Let me ask you, so where can people go to either learn more about you, or if they have, a nonprofit that needs, a virtual CFO or accounting, where can they go to find you?
Yeah, you can do it on LinkedIn. You just look up my name, JT Pells. Same thing on Facebook. If you can always feel free to email me at jtpells@gmail.com, or feel free to give me a call on my cell, 818-359-3344. Bill my contact to reach out to me if you have any questions or comments, concerns. I'm always available.
Excellent. Really awesome, JC. I really appreciate talking to you and just getting the chance to work with you. You've been a really I guess kind of a dream client. You do exactly what I say, and then you get the result.
Exactly. Yeah. Just you follow the rules. I mean,
Yeah.
Don't reinvent the wheel.
Excellent. Well, hey guys, thanks for watching. We really appreciate your time today. Talk to you guys soon. Have a great day. Done recording that in 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Oh, sorry. Bonus. So we forgot for what's next. Have you started? I think you were saying that you're starting to hit capacity, and now you're looking for.
Starting to. So yep. So starting to. So yeah, looking to hopefully start bringing people on to work. I'm not quite at that point yet, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I could see it happening. So
Yeah.
it's going to happen in the next few months. That's for sure.
Excellent. So we'll talk to you guys soon. That was a part of the bonus. Just what was next for him, hiring more people and more bookkeepers to just come under him and just support him. Excellent. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Done recording in 3 and 2 and 1. Excellent. Cool. So, how's it going? Do you have more time for more sales calls this week, or are you kind of hitting a limit?
So I have 5 this week. So I have
Nice.
one this afternoon. This is a quick. Well, it's not a sales call. It's a quick call.
Mhm.
At 4 or so, yeah, 4. So
Okay.
at 4 later today. I have 2 tomorrow at 12 and 1. Then I have 1 Thursday at let me look at my phone. It's there in the East Coast. So that's actually a pretty cool one. So they're a nonprofit in New York City. They are called Love Football, like the soccer.
Mhm.
Yep, 11 a.m. on Thursday.
Okay, cool.
So that one's through LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and they have a really sharp website. I think I've got like 4 or 5 people on staff. They have a um, I can't remember what they're called, but like a financial director, but I don't know what their background is. I looked them up on LinkedIn, but they
Mhm.
didn't really have much.
Yeah.
But I looked at their 990 from GuideStar last year, and they had like it was over $1 million in
Wow.
contribution just in revenue. So I was like,
Yeah.
okay, so they definitely have some money. They have somebody looks at does a return, but my guess is that I'm just spitballing here. I think they're either going to have an audit or they're going to need one,
Yeah. Okay.
So I think they're going to want somebody to at least be there or be around on a monthly basis.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big one I'm looking forward to.
All right, cool. Yeah, because the leading indicator is always those quick calls, because it's like it's almost like anytime I know I have like a bunch lined up, I know I'm gonna make some money. Like I have 7 quick calls booked today, so it's like, yeah, so
Yep.
it's a good money day. All right,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
If
And
you
then last quick call Friday. So that's
okay,
another one.
if you one thing I'm trying to do, which I'm kind of adding this thing. I just don't know what your opinion is on like outreaching at like a really massive level.
Mhm.
Um, I'm testing it this week because I have a couple new software tools that I picked up. Some people don't like going really massive and like having a huge outreach campaign, but it just depends on your preference.
So when you say huge outreach, do you mean like not mass man, that's not the right word, but like contacting like thousands of people or prospects?
So it's kind of like what you're doing on LinkedIn, but instead of having to
Mhm.
manually press connect, it's like how to make sure we have the robot that's automatically going through.
Oh, I
Um,
see. Yeah, I have no problem with that.
Yeah. And then if as you get better with that, you can manage more profiles at the same time. So
Mhm.
instead of being able to send out 100 per day consistently, now you can send out 500 per day. And with
Yeah, I have no problem.
okay, because I know with you, you're about 1% will get on the phone with you from LinkedIn. So
Mhm.
yeah, so if you get 500 connections per day, you know,
Yeah, it takes some. Yeah, so if you can send out 500, what's 1%? That's five. I mean, that's if you have 5 people on the phone and that's from doing it automatically. That's
yeah. So I don't want you to get overwhelmed. But okay,
yeah.
cool. Cool. So I'm gonna put you in the pipeline for that. Sounds good. Okay, I know you have to get going soon, so don't let me hold you up too long. But
Okay.
anything new or anything you need some help with?
Not right now. Yeah, so I have a list of questions. So I've kind of refined my list of questions to ask.
Hmm.
They're pretty much the same. So I haven't had anybody um, sign up for an Acuity link, or I haven't had somebody sign it or sign up using it. I've normally just been kind of booking them,
Hmm.
and then if I do get them, I haven't sent out the questions because I don't want to. Because I don't know if it's going to overwhelm. I think the Love Football. I think they would have fill it. They would fill it out fine. I don't think
Hmm.
they get overwhelmed by that because they have staff at least 5 from what
Hmm.
I could tell from the website. It might even be more. So I don't think they would get overwhelmed. But like,
Hmm.
so I know, and I think we talked about. It seems like I know when people see it, they can get overwhelmed by it. So it's just like,
Hmm.
oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I've kind of backed off of that, and then just kind of like I kind of see I let them talk first is what I've kind of been going to. Like I'll start with like why did you reach out, and then like I'll kind of let them talk, and they'll actually end up answering some of those questions.
Yeah.
So that's why I kind of like to get them talking first. So that's why I ask them why they reach out. I start with that one because
Yeah.
I feel like that's the longest. That's gonna give me the longest answer because a lot of them is like, oh, how many employees do you have? 3. Like you're
Yeah.
not gonna you can't like let me tell you about each of them.
Yeah. So that's great that you're noticing that. Yeah, the survey is cool, but it's like the better that you get at sales, the less help that you kind of need, and the
Mm-hmm.
more comfortable you get with just people just straight up on the phone and they answer the questions themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I like removing the friction from that, so it's just easier for them to get on the phone.
I hear you. Yeah, I think too, because
Yeah.
it's kind of like, shit. Like I said, for some people they find it intimidating, for some they don't. I'm trying to kind of like find that balance, but I'm leaning towards like just more using that as
Yeah.
like a script for me, not so much
Yeah,
for
exactly.
them.
Exactly. And not so much overwhelmed, but oftentimes if someone's like busy, then
Mhm.
like a lot of times the more successful ones won't fill it out.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
happened.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, that happened to me. Like one guy, he didn't even fill out, and he's like, "Dude, I want to work with you, but I don't want to fill out a form."
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
So,
this is the last one. I think oh God, what was that guy's name? Was it
oh,
Brian
Ben.
or Ben? Yeah.
Yeah.
That one took a weird turn because like right away he was like, yeah, he's like, I've been living off of or it's still a nonprofit, my private foundation. I haven't paid taxes in 10 years. I'm like, he's like, I'm like, I'm not, and he
Yeah.
like, and I'm like, I'm not getting involved with that.
Yeah.
I was like, well, he's like, yeah, he's like, my tax attorney's retiring, and I'd love for you to take his place. I'm like, well, it's just kind of not like my expertise. I know what you're talking about, and I know what because he was
Yeah.
going through the stories of like what he was, and I was like, oh, I know that, I know how to do that, but I'm like, I'm not.
Yeah.
If this guy's like trying to avoid, which is fine to try to avoid it, but like just to flat out not file it and like hide stuff, I'm like, I'm not,
Yeah.
I'm not getting involved because he's gonna get caught at one point, and I don't want to even be
Yeah.
like anywhere near him. So it's like,
Yeah.
nope. Because I mean, he was like, oh, I'd love to pay you for your time. I feel bad we can't work. I said, it happens. It's okay. And
Uh,
I'm like, nope. There's no amount of money you could pay me to like be there when the ship goes down. So nope.
yeah. Excellent. But that's great that you're starting to get. I mean, it's never bad to say no. I always like saying no.
No, exactly. Yeah.
So yeah.
No, exactly. Yeah. So it's kind of like weird. I was like, oh, he really wanted to work, and I'm just like, I don't think this is gonna work out.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Excellent.
it happens. But yeah, it's kind of so that's kind of a weird one. And then another guy, Jean, I'm gonna work with him. I'm gonna follow up in December because he's
Hmm.
kind of getting some things together. But he was another, like I quoted him $800 a month, and then $1,000 setup fee for QuickBooks, and he was like, okay, like he didn't balk at it. The only thing he asked me was, he was like, well, why can't you do my return? I said, well, I said I could. I said, but I have an associate that does them for me. I said that's a separate, with him, like, you pay Edwin, then you pay me. There's, it's not like I don't pay him. And he said, okay. He's like, that's fine. He just asked me why. I said, it's just not my expertise. He said, I can do it, but I said, Edwin's way better at it. So
Yeah.
like, I'm not going to struggle through it when that's what he does. So
Yeah.
he's like, okay, no problem. So he said, he's like, so we already set up a phone call in December. So that's
Okay.
pretty promising. So yeah, I can't believe how, like it said in the video, I can't believe like how many people have like not balked at anything.
Yeah.
Like or if they're like, oh, I can't afford it right now, but like in a month or two, and like one person worked with me, after a month, and then
Oh wow.
yeah. So I have a list. I think there's like 4 or 5 people that I've been following up with. So and they're
Okay.
same thing. I mean, who knows? They may not may end up falling through, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like it's like the follow-up sequence. It doesn't matter if they say no today. It's since people are friends with you, as long as you have their information, like they're gonna come back eventually.
no, exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not too worried. So
Yeah, because I was in this Facebook group today, and this guy goes, he was asking like a question about like nonprofit accounting, but for churches, and he thought the guy had to file a 990, and the pastor,
no,
yeah,
churches
but that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. It's like these guys are entering the nonprofit space. They suck. They charge $300. They use that person. They have to come to you.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah. So,
Excellent.
but
Hey,
no, there's
excellent. So I know you got to get going. So I will talk to you soon.